Good afternoon. Opening statements gave a glimpse of how prosecutors plan to prove Andrew Romero is the killer and how the defense wants to prove it's a flimsy case. The trial was moved to Los Lunas. That's where News 13's Marissa Lucero is live. Marissa?
Kim, prosecutors need to prove that Romero was there when Rio Rancho police officer Greg Nigel Benner was gunned down during a traffic stop. Now, the prosecution brought up a key piece of evidence. They say Romero tried to ditch the next day right before he was arrested at a gas station.
What they find is that the casings from the original scene match the gun that was thrown out of the car.
Benner's widow cried as the trial started. Romero is accused of opening fire on Benner after he pulled Romero and his then girlfriend Tabitha Littles over in her Dodge Durango for a traffic stop on Memorial Day last year. Police say the two were looking for robbery targets that night. Prosecutors say Romero shot Benner from the driver's seat as the officer approached the SUV. They say Romero drove off and ditched the Durango. Prosecutors pointed out when he was arrested the next day, he still had the Durango keys in his pocket. The state will also rely on testimony from Littles, who got a plea deal on lesser charges in the case. And the defense made it clear they'll attack her credibility.
It is the government's job to put on witnesses that will testify, credible witnesses, believable witnesses that will testify to convince you beyond a reasonable doubt that Andrew committed this crime.
The defense called Little's plea deal, quote, the deal of a lifetime, and called her a liar. Now, the jury won't hear any key evidence about a motive. While Romero was wanted for a string of armed robberies at the time, the judge has decided to keep that out of the trial. Back to you, Kim.
Thank you. Thanks, Marissa. Coming up at 5:30, we will hear from one of Benner's fellow officers who was first at the scene the night of the murder.